Hello and welcome to the Gate City Voice Box. I'm your host, Chris Ross. Along by my side, I have my Brooklyn Connect, T. Smith in the building. What's happening, T?
It was good, man. It was good.
Hey, man, all well, bro. Everything is all good. You know what I'm saying? What about you?
We had a interesting week with that the storm, man.
I know, right? I
Yeah,
know.
Asheville seemed like Asheville got it.
Asheville's ripped up, bro. Hey, listen, before we delve into that, man, I gotta make sure I give my son a shout out. Today is birthday. He turned 14 years old. Happy birthday, Nico. Love you, Pop. Love you.
Happy
birthday, son. Enjoy being 14.
14. I'm turning 15.
That's right. And you got a birthday coming up, right?
Yeah, October 2nd.
Got you. It's Cancer season.
No, it's Libra.
Libra. Okay, I said Cancer. Yeah. You could tell I don't know nothing about that, brother.
All right. And last week was real good too.
Yeah. Last week was dope, bro. Last week was very, very interesting. You know, we got a chance to cover a little bit about Sexy Red and the lipstick, and all of us was doing some Damon Wayans, and so we was doing some gagging. I think we all was having our moment. Pause. As we was having those conversations, but it was pretty dope. I think the message was very, very clear. And listen, you know, of course, if you guys want to be a part of the Gate City Voice Box, you too can purchase ads and jump in. As I'm telling you, this engine is moving.
Yeah, it's moving.
It's moving. One of our sponsors, we can't talk too much about it, but one of our sponsors just had some amazing things happen to her based off of her commercial and her ad and her sponsorship for the Gate City Voice Box. Man, it's really going to take off for them. So you too can have that opportunity as well. So tap in with us. You can check us out at Gate City Spark on Facebook, as well as you can check us out on YouTube. Where else can it catch us at, T? 1012 Media. I mean, everywhere, right?
We're Gate City Voice Box on Instagram.
There it is. And just DM us. Just DM myself or T. And
we'll, right there on the ticker, right on the.
There it is.
You're interested?
There it is. Just running.
Email.
There it is. Hit us up and get your ad heard on the Gate City Voice Box.
No doubt.
I love it. No doubt. So listen, we're going to go ahead and get into the conversation. Of course, we got our in-house guest with us in the building. We have Miss Candi T. Jeter. Ladies first. Ooh, ladies first. Candi,
how's everybody doing? Oh, nothing much. Just glad to be in the house with you all. I enjoyed you all last week, though. I mean, we had a good time.
Yeah, no doubt. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful, and you're radiant as always.
Oh, thank you.
As the sun is kissing your melanin skin, my sister.
Oh, thank you. Oh, man.
And of course, we can't forget the one and only, the hip hop entrepreneur, my man Fiya-Will, Will Smith. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? T, what's up, man? Happy birthday to you, man. Coming
on. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Libra Nation.
And happy birthday to your son, too, Chris. That's big, man.
Right on. Yeah, man. 14, bro. 14, bro.
Yes. Wow. Boy, what I could do if I could go back to 14.
I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back.
I enjoyed 14.
Hey, when I was 14, I had a ball, boy.
I
did too, boy.
Yeah.
I know no bills, no nothing, right? No responsibilities, brother.
Hell yeah.
Now you're running down the road I'm running down. Boy, them bills real.
Car payments.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Children.
Yes, sir. Yes, all of that, bro.
Traffic.
All of that. Yes, traffic. Right. Hey, listen, before we get started, because this is kind of like a community-based thing that we're doing, I want to make sure I give a shout out to some folks in our community that's doing some great things. Some of you may know him, but I want to give a shout out to Michael Scriv. He hit 10K on Scriv Nation. I want to make sure I show him some love because, we all in this together. And of course, condolences to Scriv Nation for, he lost his son not too long ago. So I want to make sure we show him some love here at the Gate City VoiceBox. Congratulations, brother, to your whole team for reaching 10K. You guys can check him out on TikTok, of course. And of course, you can check out any of us on this panel, and you'll get an opportunity to find out where you can tune in and check us out as well. So listen, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So we had a few things that we wanted to talk about a little bit. One of the things, I don't know if you guys have heard much about what happened with the city manager not too long ago. And I know it's kind of like we get fatigued because we keep hearing all of this stuff of these powerful men of color that are, finding themselves in situations where they're falling from grace. And, you oftentimes question, like, is it racism or is it character that we're dealing with? Okay, so a 52-year-old man was found killed. I think you might know about this, Candi. Will, either one of y'all may know about it. I called out Candi's name first and myself and T because we're right here in the city of Greensboro.
Right.
To find out about this gentleman was dead, man. He was found shot dead. I think it was either on the side or in the back of Stephanie's Soul Food. Am I right, Candi? Or am I wrong?
I don't remember the details, but I have heard about it.
Yeah. It's pretty sad. I don't know all the details either. Yeah, very shocking. And so again, we've got this right here happening with our men falling from grace. And then you have these senseless deaths that are happening. And then a lot of stuff that we see happening as you continue to travel up the mountain, as you go further up the upper echelon of success and career men. Then we have the brother Eric in
Eric Adams.
Eric Adams, correct, in New York, that's been indicted. And you wonder, you often ask yourself, you try not to get into conspiracies, right? You try to stay away from that as much as you can because we know the media can play a big part in that. And we're considered media, you know what I'm saying, ourselves. So, I was just thinking about it and, is there a connect with him and Diddy? You know what I'm saying? Just because of he got the keys to the city. I think they were close in building on things to change the community. But, you often question those things, just like we saw what happened with TD Jakes. Just sometimes association sometimes it can be the devil in himself, bro. Just from being associated with somebody, you can find yourself falling from grace. So I kind of want to hear from each one of you your thoughts on this. And we kind of touched on it on the show before, but now that we have a female voice involved with this, I really want to hear from female, and then we'll take it back to T because T actually had some type of direct connect with the mayor of New York, interviewing him and all of that. So we'll get his take on that too because of his personal experience. So Candi, go ahead and jump on in, and then we'll pass it off to Will, and then we're going back to T.
All right.
So I can't speak to this in particular, but I know in general, we do see this happening, like what you're saying, this, what do you say, fall from grace. And we do know that there's certain deals that are made the higher up you go. And those things seem harmless in the beginning, but of course they grow, and nobody ever tells you what's happening at the next level until you get to the next level. So I think that a lot of the times for those who do have good character, because I know there are some who do, and some who put it on the back burner, so to speak, and are not as consistent as they know that they should be. And they may think, oh, this isn't going to hurt, or this isn't going to cause any problems. But I noticed that the ones who do not fall from grace and who pretty much keep a clean nose. They just follow a consistent principle, and you can't break it no matter what happens. And if somebody offers them something, I don't care how good it is, they never make deals that they know that they don't want to have, that they know they can't keep, or that they're not willing to take the fall for. So I think it's a combination of what you said, racism, and being that we don't have as many opportunities. So when we do get an opportunity, we feel like we have to alter something or barter or trade or lower our standards or give a little to get a little. And so I think that plays a role in the decisions that we make. And then you have the addiction to power. Or if I get this and I do this and I'm at this position, I'll be happy. And a lot of times, you're not happy. For the most part, these deals that a lot of men in power make, they're trapped once they get to a certain level and they cannot get out. And then one thing leads to another. And the next thing you know, they agreed to do this and this and this, and then it will let you out if you do this. And in the moment they say no, they expose them, because I don't think they're doing anything any different than their white counterparts. I think that what happens is we're going to be like sitting ducks, because at the end of the day, you are a pawn, and they know that, and they will take you down because you're just the middleman. You're always just going to be that man in between the public and the unseen, most powerful people, because you're going to be the ones bringing people into us, right? So we're going to throw you out there and throw you out on the line, and you're going to see us doing all of these things, and you're going to think you can get away with it. And then the moment you put your foot down or disagree, you're getting canceled. That's it.
Right.
So I think it's layered like that. That's quite complicated. But if you stick to people, it's simple.
Yeah. Go ahead, Will, and jump in there, bro.
Yeah.
Well, for me, she just kind of laid it down in the valley for me. But as I said before, and we were speaking on, not this particular, but we were speaking in reference to this same thing. Power is a drug. And we have to remember we're not larger than the puppet master. So you can't get to the point to where you can do anything that you want to do or feel that you're too high to not be controlled. And a lot of times, like I said before, you get up here, you get to flying high, you get to doing things in the dark, and then you don't obey, they snip your wings, man. And that's just what's been happening. And we've been watching it happen for the last 10 years?
Hey, true. So true. So true. Listen, I want to jump in here before I send it over to you, T. I wanted to bring this point up. I also thought about, could it be that some of these men, and I think each one of you, Candi and Will, I think y'all touched on it. I've often wondered, is this a result of these men in the process of them elevating, right? They might have had some of these character flaws and they didn't check them before they got to the pinnacle of their career. They were very talented, very smart, had the ability to get where they are, but nobody knew that they might have been a freak in a bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Wow. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's a lot of closeted freaks out there. I'm just saying. But as they're, you know what I'm saying? As they're moving up the ladder, they didn't have anybody in their corner like, yo, you need to chill. Like, you're going to have to chill, bro. You about to be, this person. So you might need to relax a little bit. Are they victims of that, of themselves? You know what I'm saying?
So can I interject on that a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm done.
So, again, when you get in those high places, the people you get to moving with and doing things with and partying with and interacting with, that social world that you're in at that point they're like that, man.
Yeah, fact. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So you get to go in them back rooms, and back rooms give you offers.
Them
You
back
know,
room.
Yeah, yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
them back rooms. Those are compromising offers that, well, come on, do this right here, and you gonna get this right here.
Yeah.
Right.
But at the end of the day, when you disobey, now all of that's leaked to the world. Snipping the wings again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
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 Go ahead, T. Go ahead and jump in there, man. Based off of your experience of actually interviewing the brother Eric in New York and your actual interaction with him, I just want to kind of hear from you so people can see that there's another side to this too, though. You know what I'm saying? It's not just we just trying to talk bad about somebody or even bringing up the stains. This is not. We're trying to figure this thing out as a community together because we're concerned. We're concerned. We really are concerned. So go ahead and T and jump in there, bro, and give your experience with the brother, man.
Yeah, so coming from Brooklyn, Eric Adams was the borough president years back before he became the mayor, and I did a lot of community worked with a lot of nonprofits back in Brooklyn. I even put some initiatives together myself, outdoor movie nights and things of that sort. We did panel discussions and all types of stuff. Actually had a chance to interview then borough president Eric Adams, and we sat down for a couple. He supported a lot of my initiatives by coming through to some of the events that we had. So on that level, he's always been a good dude to me in a sense of that. But I have been pretty confused once he became mayor, and a lot of the moves that he was making were kind of suspect ain't the word. Some would say suspect, but they just seemed different than character than the person that I had interacted with. But like you said, is you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? I don't know the specifics of what's going on with him. It seems like he's been dealing with some Turkish dudes that he gave some favor to. Has something to do with plane rides and all this other stuff. To the bigger point of what you were saying, Chris, it seems like there is some type of concerted effort to get, a lot of people that's in power. I'm trying to not say just black men, but there are situations where a lot of high-powered black people that's in power, they're trying to pull them. That's not to say that they don't deserve it either. If you did wrong, you did wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Wrong, yeah.
They can't get you for something, or at least, don't make it so easy for them to get you by doing some craziness. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say that nobody's responsible for what they do or what they did. But it seemed like once he got into that mayor seat, he went a different route than I remember. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I have some interviews online. I'll put a link in the post.
Sure, no doubt, man. Thank you. Bro. Hey, man, I thank you for sharing that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think sometimes, media sometimes can get like deemed as a villain or whatever. But when you have people on your team that actually have had interactions with people, then it kind of switches the conversation a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, damn, if he had that conversation with him and he talked with him and he saw a shift when the way that he's interacting and the way that he's doing things in the community based off of your experience, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: Do you think those influences,
I don't know.
The higher ups, maybe the reason why? To everybody's point, where you say, well, if you don't do this for us, we can find a way for you to find this money. We can get you the money, but we need you to do this for us. Okay.
If you ask me, I mean, it's not any politician is not like out the realm of reality that
that's
happens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So
that's right.
Yeah, I had pleasant interactions with him, but like I said, I wasn't there in them back room
Right.
He was hanging out with Diddy and negotiate the key to the city, and all that stuff. I
I
wasn't
got
there.
you, brother.
So, you don't know who these people are behind closed doors and after 2
Right.
a.m. and all that other stuff. But generally speaking, he's been a stand-up dude to me, and anything that I was doing back in Brooklyn, initiatives with the community in East New York and all that. So, it is a surprise to me, but like it's a surprise, but it's not a surprise. He's still a politician.
Okay. Hey, listen, that was a great conversation. Listen, we got to pay some bills, and we'll be right back with more of the Gate City Voice Box. Ready for a popcorn adventure? Popcorn Remix is more than just a snack. It's an experience. With over 50 bold and unique flavors like king crab legs, hot wings, and lemon pepper, and Charlene's banana pudding, every bite is a burst of culinary creativity. Founded by entrepreneurs Ryan Richmond and Greg Bowman, Popcorn Remix turns life's toughest moments into something sweet. Visit their Conyers, Georgia store or order online at popcornremix.com and explore flavors you've never imagined. That's popcornremix.com, where every kernel tells a story. Teachers and parents, are you ready to empower your students to become stronger writers? Check out Rethinking Writing One Word at a Time by Sheila Beverly, a workbook that's been praised by educators for its innovative approach to teaching grammar and writing. Dr. Daryl Morris calls it a motivational hook that helps students get their ideas down on paper, and other teachers rave about its hands-on tools like the Grammar Bubble manipulative toy to make learning fun. Perfect for classrooms or home learning. Get your copy now on Amazon and watch your students' writing skills shine. Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you guys this question, and then I guess any of you all can answer this however you want to. And we'll start with ladies first. We'll start with you, Candi, first, and then we'll work our way around the room, and then we'll shift into the conversation. Do you think as African Americans, as Black folks, do you think we find ourselves in these situations because we never just had, and then when we have an opportunity to have, then we're like, okay, well, if you ain't gonna tell, I ain't gonna tell. I'll take that quick cut off the top, or I'll compromise my character just so I can make sure that my family is good. Do you think that's the issue a lot of us are having when we get in these, when we get, to a certain point in our, to a certain pinnacle or a certain part in our career? Because we hear so many actors, kind of like, even the involvement when we say actors, men wearing dresses, right? We'll just go there, right? Yeah. So I heard the comedian that worked on Big Mama's House, the young man. And I saw his interview, and as I was listening to his interview, there was a certain level of empathy that I had for him, right? Because when I heard him say, this is when I saw the human side to him, all right? Because we have to look at each other as humans, right? We're flawed. We're going to mess up. We don't justify errors now. Please hear me. We don't justify mistakes, all right? We're not justifying wrongdoing, but here's what I'm saying. So as I heard him talk, he was like, well, man, they offered me $2 million. He was like, nobody in my family ever had $2 million. And I've never touched $2 million. He was like, it was funny because I was that guy that said I would never do that, right? I would never do that. He said, until they put a check for $2 million in front of your face. And then you at a crossroads.
Jackson, right? Brandon T.
That's
Jackson.
exactly who I'm talking about. And again, I'm paraphrasing, so I could be a little off in what he said. So I'm not speaking verbatim. I'm paraphrasing this. Do you think that's our issue in our community? We've never had it. And so we jump at the opportunity of obtaining some type of wealth, or what we call the American dream, or is that just an excuse? In either way, go ahead, Candi. You can jump on in there.
I think that it's just, when you think of Ms. Doubtfire and you think of Patrick Swayze dressing like a woman, and there's plenty of white men that have dressed like women.
Sure.
For the sake of comedy.
For the sake of comedy.
For the sake of comedy, for the sake of the check, and so, I just think that we know that there's a different, we're judged by our own culture way harder than we're
Yes.
judged by anyone else.
Mhm.
And even though I know the agenda to uh, emasculate Black males,
Mhm.
um, I also know the power of choice and being able to and not crucifying people for their choices. Because in my opinion, what we do to each other is uh, what Hollywood does to us pales in comparison to what we do to each other.
Mhm.
I think Black people are horrible towards each other. They don't
Absolutely.
accept different political views. If somebody does decide they want to wear a dress, we're the ones to um, crucify them the most,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
And it's not a matter of whether I agree with it or not. You know, when you are asked to defend somebody, if you're a lawyer and you ask to defend somebody and you're a defender, even if the person is guilty, you defend them because that's your job.
It's a
Now,
job, yeah.
that's not to say that you agree with them,
Right,
right?
right, right.
But
Right.
they're paying you to represent them. And if you want to say, "Oh, I'm not going to represent you. I don't believe in that," and leave it at that, that's fine. But it's still not your place to kill the person
Mhm.
Right.
spiritually and
Yeah,
Right.
stab
yeah.
them because you don't agree with them. And as Black people, we do that to each other. I don't like it because
Yeah,
we're the
boy.
main ones that want freedom of thought and speech and decision and to be able to do the things that we do. But we're the main ones that take that thought, freedom, and of speech and action from each other when we do that, when we exercise that. So that's one reason why I don't jump on Black bandwagons and I don't get into a whole lot of Black organizations. I don't do a whole bunch of stuff like that only because it boxes me in. And once you decide you want to interact with us, we hold each other hostage.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And so when people are acting and they're doing their art, it's their decision
yeah,
if they want to wear a dress or not, whether I agree with it or not,
Or not,
yeah.
yeah.
you know?
Most definitely.
And I don't
That's good
think we
stuff.
know how to support one another. The same thing in relationships. Girl, you ought to leave him. You know,
Mhm.
we don't support each other in saying you do what does your heart tell you to do? How do
Nice.
you feel when you're with him? I wouldn't
Yes.
want to be with him, but if that's what you want
Then do that.
to do
Gonna do
that.
that,
But
yeah.
we are so quick
Yeah.
to break up people's families, get in each other's pockets, tell people how to vote, tell people which religion to that they should follow, and tell people who they should be friends with, who they shouldn't be friends with. If you're seen with them, people gonna think this about you, and we are so our minds they need to expand. I
Mhm.
don't
All
like
right.
with tiny minds. And I'm really, really on my people a lot about having
Yeah.
tiny minds because we got to get out of that and think bigger. And I know seems like it's off topic,
No,
but
go
it's
ahead.
the way that we approach people getting in trouble. The stuff that we said about Diddy, the stuff that we said, that stuff is so much bigger than our little minds can even conceive. It's so layered. You're talking
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
about it from such a tiny perspective. That thing is
Yes.
huge.
Huge, man.
So we can't even really give an intelligent explanation about how deep that thing goes with Diddy and everybody connected to them, because I heard somebody talk about even going back to Diddy's parents and how he was raised. Of course, everything starts there,
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
but I didn't mean to take up a whole lot of time.
Don't you apologize. Don't you apologize. Nah.
Yeah.
You got to get it flowing.
Yeah.
Yes. Do not apologize for being you. We embrace that. We want that. Because again, like I said before, our community is diverse. So there's a community of individuals that agree totally with you. You see what I'm saying? Right. So please, by all means, use your voice box. This is the Gate City voice box. You know
Yes, it is.
Use that damn voice, girl. It's all good. We love it. Go ahead, Will.
Well, for me, man, I'm kind of a hardcore individual. I ain't with all that soft mess, this BS talk. I ain't with none of that. It is what it is, man. And I'm like this right here. You make your choices as a man. Some of us are built that way. Some of us are not.
Facts.
I would say for myself as a man, I have morals. I have standards. I have a princehood that I carry as a black man. I would not degrade myself. I would not compromise who I am. Others, that's their choice. That's what they do.
Yeah.
But for me, man, I just don't believe in compromising my manhood for nothing. That's right. For nothing. It don't matter.
As far as story.
Good.
I remember early on when I was working in production on something with MTV or something like that. It was some promo thing. I think I was a production assistant. And so it was like a comedy show or skit thing. We was in the park doing something, and they needed, for whatever reason, they got this black dude, and they wanted to pull me in on doing this skit where me and the black dude read a script and had to act like the Olsen twins. For some, I don't know what it was about, but the Olsen twins, we were supposed to act like we were the twins, and we were like supposed to read the script out. Some random black dude on the street. I was working on the crew, and I was one of the few black dudes on the crew, so they wanted to pull me up. So they pulled us all together. And they said, "All right, just do this. It's gonna be real funny." Boom, boom, boom. And I looked at the script, and then we started doing. I was like, "Wait, I ain't feeling this, whatever." But I'm like, "No, just do it. It's just funny, It's just a skit. Don't take it so seriously." Boom, boom, boom. It's like I can't do this. I'm on camera. I'm talking like a female. Like this isn't what I'm not knocking anybody that's doing, but this is just not how I want it to be represented.
That's right.
Understood. Yeah.
So I had to take that step.
And I think that's why. That's where I stand as a man.
Will.
We have. That's why we who are in Hollywood are in the position we are in now, because we compromise who we were for the fame, for the money.
Yeah. Yes.
I've had some contract opportunities. I didn't take them because I didn't want to compromise who I was. It's not part of who I am. That's not my makeup. And I have a legacy I want to leave. I have grandchildren. I have children. And let it be known to whoever, man, I'm a God-fearing man for one. I got a code that I follow, man. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I want to be one of those people that the culture could look at and say, yo, bro was solid. Bro taught knowledge, and bro directed us the way we should be directed. Just because you're famous, you're not directing people.
That's right.
And that's where we fall short as a culture, is that we think because a person is up here or the upper echelons that they are, their word is everything, but it's not. It's not. I
got you. So Will, let me give you a little pushback on that. Let me give you a little pushback on that, brother. Let's just say hypothetically, right? Let's just say hypothetically you got, and some stories are this way. So I just want to hear your thoughts about it. What about the individual? What about the individual that says, "Shit, I'm out here and my parents, I'm looking down at the ground. I see rats and roaches running down at the bottom of my plank. I see dirt. I see this. I just see that. I don't see no other way to make it. And I got to take this money because
Right.
they want me to put this dress on and I could change my family situation, right?
Like
Right.
today.
So
like
Right.
today.
right, like right now, they said, hey, go put on that dress. I'm gonna cut you a check for $3, $4, $5 million to do this role. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, I'm at a crossroads. Do I compromise? Do I sacrifice my character and what I stand on, my principles, for the sake of saving my family? So again,
Well-
everything is about sacrifices, right?
It
I
is.
just had
It
this
is.
conversation with T not too long ago, right? So in life, we have sacrifices, right?
Right.
What are you willing to sacrifice is pretty much the question. Some people sacrifice through death. Some people, what we would call blood. Some people sacrifice in morality. Some people sacrifice, whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be, being seen drunk in public, or it could be an array of things that can come to you. Just like we know Satan took Jesus up to the mount.
Yeah, and offered him
And
the
said,
whole
hey,
world. Yeah.
I'll give you the whole world,
You
bro.
can get all this right here.
You can get all of this right here, family. It's yours, baby, right? So in a you can just have it all. It's yours, nigga. Take it, right? So we ask ourselves these questions, but what about the person that's in that situation, that's in that impoverished situation?
So
Talk to me.
for me, I can speak from experience because I've been
Okay.
to the mountaintop as a millionaire, and I've been at the bottom too. You know,
Come on.
bro, I remember walking to the store with 2 kerosene cans to get kerosene to heat the house we were living in. You know, a lot of cats don't know what that struggle looked like. Struggle today to the people in today's time is totally different from struggle that we went through back then. You know, I remember eating biscuits and gravy and beans because it wasn't no meat. You understand where I'm coming from?
I do.
My sacrifice was I went and got a job while I was in school, and I hustled on the side
Yeah.
and made sure that I moved the right way so I didn't get caught hustling because it was going to sacrifice my family at the same time. It's about integrity at the end of the day for me. In today's time, man, people don't have any integrity, man. And they don't care about anybody else. If you look at the way things are, people don't care about each other, man. As a race,
No,
as a
not at
culture,
all.
we don't care about each other. And we got to get back to caring for one another. We got to get back to the neighborhood raising us, you know. And it's just not there. And I think once we get back to that point, if ever, then you will see a different type of man coming up, a different type of woman coming up. You know, somebody got to
So
be big mama, somebody got to be papa.
Yes. So do you think money has become the problem, or the engine that has the money is the problem?
Well, no, it's the engine, because back then I had the money. I was a millionaire that went to work every day. You see what I'm saying? And when I was offered a record contract, I was making more money than a record contract that they offered me.
Got you.
So
Yes.
for me, it was keep this job, stay in the hood, keep doing what I do, and bring my hood up.
Got you.
It's about manipulation is what I see today. We are manipulated
Absolutely.
by material things. You know, back then, man, I was hustling, getting money, but I was making sure that we ate. I was paying the mortgage. I was making sure Christmas was good for the kids. Those types of things. People in the neighborhood who was lacking, I went out and made sure they was good for Christmas and Thanksgiving. That's what it was about, man. So now we are all so selfish that we'll take that compromising situation just to show that we blow it up. You know what I mean?
I like it. Anybody else want to jump in on that?
I mean, we
I guess he said it, huh?
Yeah, he said. but like we got to look at capitalism as a whole. You know what I mean?
Yes. I like it.
So
Yes.
it's built off of capitalism. It's what made them okay with slavery. Is made. You know what I mean? All.
Yeah.
So I like to be optimistic. Think that we got our hearts are pure in the sense of how we operate, and we just still having an issue with dealing with capitalism. A lot of times, we don't like to ask for the money we supposed to get, or we don't like to ask for the correct amount, or we don't even know the correct amount. We don't know the industry standards. We don't know.
Yeah.
It's a mix between understanding capitalism, understanding all the information that we need. Like they said, when you educated, you move different. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So basically, we're dealing with low self-esteem still.
Facts.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I totally
At
agree.
The bottom of it.
Yes.
Having a sense of pride, having a sense of legacy and roots. Because when you don't have money and your roots are strong, you feel rich, right?
Yes.
So we know that the feeling of wealth comes from the inside.
Yes.
That's right.
Right. As well as the feeling of lack.
Yes.
So those who make decisions solely on money, if you want to wear a dress and it has nothing to do with money, you just think it's funny as hell, and it's not, you're not attached to it in any way, and nobody's making you do it, and you got a strong sense of who you are, and you know your last name holds value. You know whose child you are, and you have and you're powerful within your own right, and you put the dress on, you go do your part, and then you go have fun with your family, and you don't even think about it.
Right.
That's a different context to me, which is why I said I don't think that just because a man takes on a role and dresses like a woman that he is destroying himself. Because if a woman decides that she's going to put on a suit and a beard and do a dance routine and act like Cary Grant and she can tap her ass off and she got on a hat, you know what I'm saying? And then at the end, she take all of that off and go sit out in the audience with her husband and her children. Nothing's lost there. And so I think that these things are individual. Now, when you're talking about Hollywood, we know that they have agendas. As long as you're clear about what it is, and the context is not damning, because if it means, okay, I've got to put on this dress, and then after the scene is over, I got to blow you off in the dressing room in order to have a multi-million-dollar movie, of course not, right? So you gotta look at it as something is just not so cut and dry as because you could say I'm not putting on a dress and then do a couple of lines after your whole thing is over and be an addict and lose your whole fortune and they never put on a dress, right?
I love it.
You could not put on a dress and get caught up in an orgy and somebody take a picture. And so you gotta know who you are. And we are missing that solidness inside of us that has nothing. Do you know there is no out there? You all are a reflection of what I thought up, and you're just reflecting it. I happen to like podcasts. Chris knows that. I reflected that. He called me. I'm here. I'm here because of my thought process. And I attracted you all because you match my thought process, right? You match my imagination. You were in my imagination before you actually showed up here. So when these things are happening to people, they're not victims, they're participants. And when these things are breaking down, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a transformation. It's all about how we're looking at things. These are lessons that these people came here to learn. This what's happening that we see with our eyes. These people are going through a transformation. And so we have to, we can judge and talk about it for conversational purposes, but what we say is not going to hold any weight, of course. It's not, you know, it's good for us to talk about it. But what I don't like is the division that we have amongst ourselves when people do things that we don't agree with. And I think that's what keeps us held back, because we are so ready to say, this is us, not them. This is me, not them. We so quick to do this right here. You know, but yet we're always the ones talking about unity, right?
Yes.
We're never gonna have it. We're never gonna have it.
I absolutely love that perspective, because you know you're absolutely right, and you know it is true. We can't find a way to bring, let me just sum it up. You just said it, coexist. We ain't got to agree with you. I ain't got to even know, I don't have to agree with you. But if you look like me, I love you even in spite of, right?
Even in spite of you. I ain't gotta love you. I know how to still be with you. I don't claim to love everybody, right?
I love it.
I love and I respect human nature, but I do not love everybody.
Yeah.
I don't want to love everybody.
I definitely agree with that, because I just don't like the way people move, and I don't want nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And to add to that, some of these dudes want to wear that dress.
Facts, you know what I'm saying? I don't like the way you move. I don't need that around.
You want to wear that dress? They ain't fighting it.
No.
I don't want that around me or anything like that. That is so cool, right? Because so many people cannot say, you know what? I don't really like the way you cool, but I don't like the way you move, and I don't really want it around me. And you know what that other person should say? I respect you for saying that.
I respect it.
That should be all we saying to each other at this point.
That's it.
Taking it or leaving it on one side or the other, right?
That's
but
it.
No, we got to take it all the way to heaven and hell. We got to take it all the way to heaven and hell.
You know what? The unfortunate thing, Candi, is that's all we damn know.
That's all. That's
I swear.
Why I can't have
about
conversations with everybody. I can't.
Listen,
because if everything is heaven and hell, the conversation's over. Let's just quit talking. Cool. I'm a curious person.
We have to talk. Yeah, we have to talk about the human experience. You have to talk about the human experience. Like, I don't want anybody to kill themselves. There you go. You know, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, you know, I don't want this person to kill themselves just because, you know, our community is deeming them, because, you know, we're giving them a hard time because they're gay. Nah, bro, I don't want you to kill yourself. Go ahead, do your thing. Whatever you feel like you want to do, okay, go ahead and do it. So let me ask you this. How far should free will actually go? Are there consequences to free will?
Can't stop it.
There is.
I think you have to make a decision to say, okay, I'm going to utilize free will, but I'm going to make it a thing to make sure I'm not harming anybody with my free will. You know, that's something you have to kind of set inside yourself. Like, you know, because, you know, you get that a lot of people use that free will as an excuse too, to just do dumb stuff to people. You know what I mean?
So, that too.
My philosophy on it personally is just like, you know, try to always indulge in free will, but, you know, just don't harm anybody in your performance of it.
Right.
Got you.
And I think
Anybody else? Anybody else want to jump in?
at the same time, you got to understand too, man. I don't care who you are, whether you want to be a role model or not. Every decision that you make affects somebody else, man.
Yeah.
There is somebody that's looking at you.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes.
And you got to be cool with the consequences.
Right.
You got to be okay with them.
So when it comes to free will, regulating it can be really, really tricky. Because if you exercise free will and you kill somebody I love, and I can get my hands on you and I kill you, you know, and then it just keeps going, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
All
that's
because somebody is exercising free will, right? So somebody has to say, okay, I'm gonna pull it together, right? And that's basically just discipline. And a lot of
it is.
people don't have discipline. You use the word integrity. Integrity is being able to be bent, twisted, and done all kind of ways and never break. That's all integrity is, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Still keep your character.
and still keep your character. But if somebody doesn't do that, there's nothing you can really do about it.
No, you can't.
That's
There's
true.
nothing you can really do about it. And I think that's where we get hung up. And it took a long time for me to get to this place because it's the same way in partnership. If you marry somebody, you with somebody, and they don't act right, I mean, there's nothing you can really do about it.
No.
You got to know what you're going to do for you.
Yes.
And I think that's why as us who are highly melanated people, we have a stronger sense of connection. Where our feelings are heightened, more passion, more heat, more everything, more electricity. We carry more electricity in our bodies than any other group of people. So we're connecting. And so when somebody does something to us, it took me so long to realize that out of all of the betrayal that I have endured in my life, that those people didn't even see me. It was never even about me. They never even see me. They don't even know what my pupils look like. And they've been knowing me all my life, but they never saw me. And once I realized that, I was like, wow, all this time I've been fighting them and saying, you know, and shutting my trust factor down. Oh, I don't even trust people because people be tripping, right? Blocking my own blessing, blocking my blessing for some joker, and they ain't all guys, right? Women do their friends dirty. Women are the worst. Women are the worst. Women are horrible.
Yes.
Because guys will tell you, this is who I am. This is where I'm coming. But women do their best friends horribly. Even their family members, they do horrible. Women are horrible to each other. And that's why when I hear women complaining about men, and when I hear Black people complaining about white people, I'm like, don't say shit to me until you take care of your responsibility to the one who looks the most like you.
Like you.
Thanks. Come on, girl. Talk.
Damn, I wish I had a big boom right now to go off because that was a damn bomb.
We got to make other people accountable for. And that what Will said is, I don't like the way you move. I love it because that's how I operate, right? That's why when y'all was saying Gemini was doing y'all wrong, I was like, I need to see who these people are.
Oh, shit.
Because I've been too loyal in my life. I'm like, who is these Geminis running out here giving us a bad name, right?
I'll send you a list.
and you know what, Candy,
Contact info and emails.
just to kind of speak on
God.
what you was talking about, when I remarried again, people were saying, "Bro, I can't believe you remarried after what you went through," but that person didn't do that to me,
Right.
and I had to learn to trust other people. A lot of times
Exactly.
we can't put on other people what somebody else did to us.
Right.
And if I
Right.
continue to do that, I'll be miserable for the rest of my life, So I had to figure it out.
Blocking your blessings, right?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
Yeah.
because somebody did something to you and they didn't even see you. They don't even know who you are.
Yeah. Never knew me. Ever.
Never
Yep.
knew you.
Mm-hmm.
Never knew you. I had somebody tell me, you still the same. You still, hell yeah, I'm still the same. And I'm gonna say the same. I like me. You don't like
Right.
you, but I
You don't
like
like
me.
you. Yes. Yes.
I ain't
Yeah.
changing. No.
Yes.
Right.
Do you know how
me.
long
Facts.
it takes to get here? When you
Oh.
have evolved and when you work and when you do your shadow work and when you know who you are and that's like working on a job and you constantly getting promotions and promotions and you never get paid. They never up your pay, but they give you promotions, right? And then
Yeah.
they expect you to do all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And then your pay is like that. When people approach you and you know you've done the work, give me my damn money.
Please.
Girl, say it again.
Pay me at the level that
Yes.
I am.
Yes.
Spiritually. You're gonna pay me according to who I am and the work that I've done on me. Forget about you. And I don't give a shit about no dinner and where we gonna go. But you're gonna pay me for who I am in the spirit. Right?
Tell them.
Damn. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. You should value yourself. You should know your value.
That's
right. And when you don't know your value, it's easy for people to walk over you. That's so true.
That's so
That's
true.
facts.
And I want people to hear that. And I want people to know, just like people in Hollywood wanting to settle and take this and take that in order to be something they know they're not, or to confirm something they know they are in front of millions of people. Know who you are, know thyself.
Yes.
People are looking for God. God does not have an address. If you can give me God's address,
I don't know it.
Get in the car, put it in the GPS, and let's go visit.
Man, it might take you a long time to get there.
If God doesn't have an address, how you gonna know God, right?
Right.
You know God through yourself.
That's
He
right.
and you. That's right. He and
That's
you.
right.
You don't never know who you are.
I love it.
How are you gonna be loyal and have integrity and have discipline and love and trust and all that kind of stuff? Black people need to stop. The pandemic was the best thing that ever happened to the Black church. I was so glad when Negroes couldn't go to church and run from themselves and had to sit home with themselves.
Fight them demons, didn't it?
And figure it out. Right?
Had
to.
You know what? I like what you said, because what happened was we were relying on men too much to solidify us.
Yeah,
and they really don't have no power over us. You know what I'm saying? So I totally agree with you, Candi. You're right. The pandemic was the best thing that could have ever happened for a lot of us. It empowered a lot of us, because guess what? Your back up against the wall, you're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to figure it out. You ain't got no choice. What you going to be in the dark?
Anybody that got shut down in the pandemic and couldn't go to church, couldn't be with family, If you didn't take that time to get to know yourself on a deep level, you missed out on a treat.
You really
a
did.
Who are
treat,
you
right?
without your job?
Right.
Who are you without your family? Who are you
Come on.
without the titles that you've been striving for? Who are you? Who are you
Yeah, I
without
love
your
that.
denomination? Who are you without your house? Who are you
Right.
without all
Mm.
these things you got hanging on you? What is the essence of you?
Yeah.
I felt so much in love with myself during that time.
Yes, sir.
All my desires, anything that I ever wanted, dissipated
Mm.
in
Right.
that moment. There was
I
Right.
love
nothing
that.
that I was wanting during that period of time. It was so peaceful. Not to
Mm.
mention, people were wiping down the buggies and the doorknobs, and I've got germaphobes. So, I was like, this is beautiful, right?
Hey, look. Hey, look. Hey, Candy,
Uh,
they still got me now. When I go to a restaurant, I still pull out the sanitizer and
come on,
before
bro.
I eat.
Come on, bro. But you know
Hey,
what's so
yeah, they did
funny?
it
You
too.
know what's so yeah, you know what's so funny about that though? The things that they were
Uh-huh.
telling us, we should have been doing that shit anyway.
Yeah, I
Like
Anyway,
you should have been. You should have been singing the birthday song while you was washing your damn hands. When you sneeze in your
right.
hands, you should have been going to wash your hands. Like
right.
the stuff you shouldn't keep your hands in your mouth. I mean, our parents told us
No.
that. Stop putting your
Yeah.
nasty hands in your mouth. I mean,
And
so
you know what,
it was
man?
like it's sad, but we had to be retaught how to take care of ourselves. That's crazy.
I'm telling you.
But you know it's sad.
Insane, man. But go
I work
ahead.
in a establishment where a bunch of people work in. You know how
Mm.
many people come into that establishment, use the restroom? I'm in the restroom. I'm washing my hands and they walk right out the door.
Yes, sir.
Never even touch the
Nasty.
water. And I'm saying to
Yeah, man.
myself, you better not ever shake my hand. And I don't think you reach out to me, you're going to get the frown today.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
you're
ain't
right
touching
though.
it. I'm serious,
It's
man.
amazing. It's amazing to
bro.
see that though. To know that
Yeah.
somebody
After
used the
all we been through.
bathroom. Yeah, and you want I literally a lot of times want to say, hey, get back in here and wash your
Wash your damn
goddamn
hands.
hands. Your nasty self. This nasty, man. Wash your damn hands.
Hands, man. What you doing, man?
So
Come
yeah,
on,
Chris,
you know?
transition us out.
Yeah, so listen, this has been great. We kind of stayed here a little longer than what I expected. But with this group, these things can happen. So listen, we're gonna transition a little bit, and I kind of wanted to talk about nepotism a little bit. Is nepotism fair, or a lot of people just upset and angry, or literally just jealous of what they see happening with LeBron and his son, which I think is the dopest thing in the world from my perspective, in my opinion. I think this is nepotism in a very beautiful way, and I feel like it should happen more. We should see, CEOs and athletes and actors, whoever. We should see this in full effect, because I think we've seen our counterparts be a benefactor of nepotism for many, many years, and we didn't have the privilege of seeing this much. But now in this age, the beauty of having Black millionaires and Black billionaires on the rise, this is a beautiful thing to see. And not just that, you can have nepotism so far as education is concerned. You can give your child the rite of passage. Maybe your mom or your dad was this and that, and you're supposed to thrive in it because they're going to set it up for you to succeed and not fail. I just think that's just good parenting, in my opinion. Yeah. And then you help them along the way. I think the challenge sometimes can be, what if the child is not receptive to that nepotism? You know what I'm saying? They say, well, Dad, I really don't want to do that. I really want to go this way. Mm-hmm. We see it with Shaquille O'Neal and his kids. They're very diverse in what they do in their household. So I think nepotism can be good as long as the child is willing to accept or be a part of that legacy that their parents are given. But I want to know y'all thoughts on nepotism, and then we'll get ready to kind of close out and make light of some things. But I wanted to talk about this. So go ahead, y'all delve in and talk about nepotism, if you would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I using your it's good and bad.
Okay.
I look at LeBron and his son. That's considered nepotism. But then you also see what's happening with the record labels now. A lot of the record labels are consolidating and stuff, and a lot of these labels, their kids are taking over the labels. So that's happening like right now. Where you're seeing high-powered record execs and stuff having their kids take over the realm, while a lot of these people are standing down or leaving the industry. So it's like, nepotism has its pros and cons, but I mean, like, ain't that what we supposed to be doing? You're supposed to be working.
I thought so. Yeah,
your family.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's your family, right.
Like everything I've built, I'm supposed to pass. I tell this. This is a good example. I tell this to my son all the time. I said, look, like our issue is that every generation starts from zero, and that's our issue. Like we keep starting from zero. If me in my lifetime I get to level 20, my son is supposed to start at level 20 and go to level 40. But the issue is generation, we keep starting from zero. So it's like I get to level 20 and then something that happened and now my son is starting from zero again, either in mentality or the system makes me lose something that I'm not passing that level 20 to him. But I just think that that's our issue. We keep starting from zero with each generation, and we need to figure out how to compound interest on top of each other as we going. Like they say that when you pass a family business over to the kids, it only lasts 1 or 2 generations after that before it goes down. Or the same thing with when you talk about generational wealth in the house. After the grandparent passes or leaves, the children wind up selling the house, and now you wind up selling away the family wealth. You know what I mean? So, when it comes to nepotism, it has to be a system that's agreed upon by every generation and followed and enforced. And, Asian community does that a lot. You know what I'm saying? They lay down codes and foundations and they stick to it and pass it. So, but what happens a lot of times, you'll have a kid who has a gift or a talent that he's not expressing or indulging in because he has to follow the family legacy or whatever. So either way, it has his gifts and curses. You know what I mean?
I got you. Go ahead, Candi. You want to jump in there, Candi?
No, he said it just right, because I work with students, and I always ask them their plans, and more often than not, students of other cultures are utilizing their degrees to uplift their families. And the one kid's father owned some stores, and he said, I'm getting my accounting degree because I'm going to be my father's accountant. And I wanted to say, well, what do you really want to do? Because he didn't sound like he really wanted to do that. But I mean, at the same time, that is really how they're getting ahead, because they have their own stuff. So if you can think about it in a way that if he's doing this, he's building the business and the building is gaining more and more revenue, that still can give him the freedom to do what he wants to do, either later or on the side, or eventually break away, still having the family business stronger for it. That commitment again, you cannot have a successful relationship of any kind without commitment and discipline and dedication and giving back. In my opinion, giving back is so important, because I'm sure your parents are paying for you to go here, and this is your way of giving back to them. Thank you for paying for 4 years of college. I'll work for you for 4 years, give back to you, get your money right, and then I'll go off and get my CPA and do something else, or be an actor, wear dresses, whatever.
No, I'm with you. So it sounds. No. But nepotism is a beautiful thing. I'm with you. It can like T said. It has its pros and cons. It can be a detriment and it can be good. I like the example that he gave so far as the music industry and what we see happening within the music industry and how things are happening. You're right, T. Now those legacies continue to, cultivate a environment of harm, if you would. From a financial standpoint, you end up being enslaved to that record company for years and can never get out of it. Yeah.
Now I was a slave to the father. Now I'm getting passed over to the son. So it's man. What we talking about, you know what I mean?
Right. So I think this conversation has been one that's just been absolutely just amazing. It's been beautiful, and it's so much to take in with this entire conversation. I think we shift gears about 25 times, didn't we?
It's all good.
But I love it because there's so many different layers into these conversations, very authentic. And I think that's what it's about. As we continue to reach out and talk with the community about this, and listen, if you want to chime in, if you want to be a part, hey, reach out to us here on the Gate City Voice Box on Instagram. You can DM myself or T Smith. Trust me, you come on and be a part. Just reach out to us. Look right down there. You can see those letters, those words running across at the bottom of the screen, and you can find out all the details and how to get in contact with us. Okay, so listen, I hope you guys have enjoyed this show on today. We're getting ready to close out. But before we close out, we'd like to give everybody an opportunity to follow this great panel of individuals here on the Gate City Voice Box. We're going to shoot it to Candi T. Jeter, and then we'll work our way around the room. Tell the folks how they can follow you.
You can find me on Facebook, Candi T. Jeter, or you can follow me on Instagram at I am Candi T. Jeter.
All right, Will.
You can Google me at Fiya-Will. That's Fiya space WILL. That will take you to all my social media platforms and also take you to my podcast at What's on Your Mind? Let's talk.
All right.
And T.
Hit me up on Instagram, Theron_T Smith, SMIF. And definitely follow, it helps us out a lot. If you follow, like, subscribe, comment, just follow Gate City Sport. All right.
There it is. Listen, and again, I'm Chris Ross. You can catch me at the Ross Network. That's the Black Ross Network on YouTube. You can check out the Ross Cloud Podcast on YouTube and all media platforms where you listen to your podcast. You can check me out on TikTok as well at Chris Ross, as well as at the Ross Cloud Podcast. Listen again, thank you again for tuning in to the Gate City Voice Box, where your voice matters. We want to hear you loud and clear. Peace.
Welcome to the Voice Box. Gate City, let's get loud. Drill beats keep on knocking. 808 we pound. From the streets to your ears, yo. We bringing all the heat. Gate City in the house now. Feel that Afro beat. Voices rising up now. The door through the town. Gate City with sound now. Ain't nobody keep us down. Convos raw and real talk. No filter, that's our game. With 808 we drill it. Voice Box, bro. We taking you on tour. Gate City where we start now. But our reach is so much more. Well, tune in, turn it up, hey. Feel the rhythm vibe. Voice Box is the heart now. Gate City come alive. Welcome to the Voice Box. Gate City, let's get loud. Drill beats keep on knocking. 808s we proud. Welcome to the Voice Box. Gate City, let's get loud. Drill beats keep on knocking. 808s we proud. From the streets to your ears, yo. We bringing all the heat. Gate City in the house now. Feel that Afro beat. boys is rising up now. Go through the town. Big city, we the sound now. Ain't nobody keep us down. Convos raw and real talk. No filter, that's our game. With 808s we drill it. VoiceBox bring the flame. Get back, enjoy the ride, y'all. We taking you on tour. Big city where we start now, but our reach is so much more. Well, tune in, turn it up, hey. Feel the rhythm vibe. VoiceBox is the heart now. Gay City come alive. Welcome to the VoiceBox. Gay City, let's get loud. Drill beats keep on knocking. 808s we proud. Welcome to the VoiceBox. Gay City, let's get loud. Drill beats keep on knocking. 808s we proud.